My first semester of college, I was sitting in an anthropology class when I heard a story that would stick with me in vivid detail and impact the way I view the world for years to come. My professor painted a picture of an ancient society that, while quite remarkable, had a disturbing underbelly. And I'd like to paint that same picture for you. There was once a group of people who lived in a land called Ussa. The people of Ussa were brilliant and had access to unprecedented amounts of knowledge. Now you may be thinking to yourself, these people sound incredible. It seems like they had endless possibility for success. I wonder what great things they accomplished. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but while remarkably intelligent, the Ussa people had one seemingly insurmountable weakness. They could not fathom their potential. So, to cope with this uncertainty, the Ussa fell victim to hypnosis. And you're probably thinking, no, these people had so much going for them, and they were stupid enough to be hypnotized? And not just once. After their initial hypnosis, the people kept coming back for more. These wacko people were obsessed. The specific type of hypnosis they especially enjoyed used to be only available to the wealthy in large groups by visiting these giant, mesmerizing hypnosis machines. However, as the Ussa grew more and more addicted to this altered state of consciousness, they began distributing personal hypnosis equipment to everyone in their land. Now, instead of using the full extent of their knowledge, resources, and intelligence to accomplish the revolutionary, the people began to spend hours of their days going into a trance and rewiring their brains just for the fun of it. I will now show you, by use of an artifact, just how this practice was done. Let me just Google it real quick. What? But oh, sorry, listen, I got distracted. I got a text, so I read it, and then obviously I checked Instagram, and I started scrolling, and what was I saying? Oh, my story, right. Anyways, if you're wondering how Ussa is spelled, it's very easy, 3 letters. U-S-A. As you've probably figured out by now, the ancient society I'm describing, it's us. The average American spends 5 hours a day on their phone, roughly 1/3 of the time they're awake. And about half of that time is spent scrolling on social media. While we might not see this as an issue, I am here to tell you otherwise. In 1654, the philosopher Blaise Pascal said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." And while I do not know this philosopher personally, because I am not 370 years old, what I believe he is getting at is the fact that humans tend to avoid things that bring uncertainty, such as, I don't know, sitting in thought, and instead turn to things that bring a false sense of stability and a distraction from the uncertainty that all humans experience. However, as observed by Yale University, stability is a shut-off switch for your brain. Now, if you're anything like me, when you really think about it, the idea of shutting off your brain is kind of terrifying. The human brain is one of the most powerful tools we possess, and I think it is our duty to keep it in the best condition it can be. Wouldn't you agree? Because if you're anything like me, I want to think clearly and without distraction. I want to create beauty in the midst of confusion. I want to solve problems, letting my brain do all the incredible things it was meant to do. I want to dream big dreams, not letting the fear of failure push me to complacency. And I want to feel, and feel deeply, embracing the unknown and not letting myself be hindered by the uncertainty that is being human. So, if we have the choice to do whatever we want with our time, why do we spend it doing something that is so clearly affecting us in a negative way? Well, to put it simply, humans hate uncertainty. However, uncertainty is inevitable. It is a fundamental part of being human, and as living, breathing people, no one is exempt from this reality. In my mind, there are two approaches. One, acceptance, and two, distraction. Let's talk about the first approach, acceptance. As we all experienced a few weeks ago, dealing with multiple impending hurricanes, acceptance can be really scary. So, no, forget that. What's the second approach? Distraction. If we distract ourselves indefinitely, we leave no room for uncertainty or negative emotions of any kind. However, if we distract ourselves indefinitely, we also leave no room for mindfulness or reflection, which are key to engaging one's imagination and provoking original, creative thinking. I think author Neil Postman said it best. We are entertaining ourselves to death. In order to get the most out of our brains and to produce any sort of creative output, something needs to change. So, what's the solution? There must be a solution. What am I gonna do? Get up here, bash society, and then run away before you can catch me? No. As explained in the book Rebel Talent by Harvard Business School professor Francesca Gino, rebel against what's uncomfortable so you can thrive. What I believe to be the solution is as follows. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I know how tempting it is to distract yourself from reality and to revert to what feels comfortable. But the truth is that the best things come when you embrace discomfort and, for lack of better words, let your brain do its thing. Because soon, the very things that once paralyzed you will be your motivation to keep going. Remember that story I told at the beginning of my speech? The story about the ancient society that turned out to be us? Kind of depressing, wasn't it? Well, I have some good news for you. I told that story as if it was taking place in the past tense. However, since the story is about us, that means it is taking place in the present. And you know what's great about the present? The future is still uncertain. So, next time you face uncertainty, next time you feel like you're losing control, I want you to sit down, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to just be. Thank you.